What's up, people? So, government is a really easy thing, really, when it comes down to it. And I'll break it down like this: there's a budget, which basically comes from your taxes. If they don't have enough money to cover what they're trying to spend money on, they're going to borrow money. So they'll, increase the budget or whatnot. And eventually they expect to be able to pay that back with more taxes later. Right now, the United States is $20 trillion in debt. See how well that works. And then there's what the government spends the money on, okay? And if you look at like the budget sheet, the balance sheet, whatever, you can see that there's a lot of expenditures for like Social Security and Medicaid and Medicare and certain things like that. But then we look at like military, it's like crazy stuff. There's a lot of these expenditures, and like really that should be like the main approach to government. That's what people should be looking at when thinking about how the government is being run. And if you want to take it to even a more basic level, the creation of government really is something that was supposed to be a collective effort, to kind of provide things that maybe individuals could not provide themselves. For instance, we'll just look at the United States. The United States is made up of 50 states, and there's a federal government where all of the states got together to kind of have, collective products that maybe the individual states can have themselves, like United States Army, or I don't know, just to have an alliance or make decisions that affect everybody. You know what I mean? And if you look at that in any city, there's a populace, and then there's the local government, and people go to the little city hall and talk about stuff, and the city decides it needs this and this and this, the school funding, roads, airport, you know what I'm saying? And so all of that is just a collective thing to kind of provide the things that individuals might not be able to provide on their own. Like everybody's going to use roads, everybody's going to use airports and public schools and stuff. So the original intent was to kind of create an alliance of sorts, and have these cooperative efforts to produce things that are useful for everybody. And so really we could also look at it in that way. Is what the government is producing beneficial to the populace, or is it something else? You know what I mean? I think quite often our federal government, it almost looks like an arbitrary rule of sorts. We kind of think as government that it's something that rules over people, as opposed to being this collective effort to provide things that everybody's going to benefit from. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's good to keep that in perspective. And really, that's the easiest way to look at it all. It's what's the budget, what's it being spent on, and reminding ourselves that the whole thing is there to provide the populace with things that will benefit everybody, public works. And I just thought that'd be something good to wrap your head around. So hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys for listening. Much love. Peace.